It's 2022 and everything is a remake of everything. Reboots, recreations, reimaginings, it's all been done and there's nothing new to say. So, time to steer a new course? Find a new voice? Just write something new? Nah. Welcome to Recasting the Classics. This is Pulp Fiction, recast in 2022. We'll be looking at 8 of the top characters originally played by iconic faces. Pulp Fiction has settled itself as one of the most recognizable movies in pop culture, and the performances of these guys are one of the main reasons. So, I'll try not to butcher it. Let's start with this cheery couple. Tim Roth and Amanda Plummer gave the characters such great energy and presence on screen. We'll need a pair who can match each other's intensity. For Honey Bunny, the two options are Catherine Hahn and Natasha Lyonne. I love Catherine and think she could pull off a crazed rubber very well, but to me she seems too clean-cut and stable for this role. Natasha Lyonne has that fierce edge I think the role needs. Natasha Lyonne as Honey Bunny. Her on-screen boyfriend is one of 4. Aaron Taylor Johnson, Aaron Paul, Riz Ahmed, or Tom Felton. I'm immediately removing Aaron Paul as I think he's actually too equipped for this role. Riz Ahmed is also extremely talented, but he's still in the running. I think an exciting risk could be Tom Felton. We've seen his capabilities in Harry Potter, but I'm not sure how much he's proved since then. Ultimately, we're going with Aaron Taylor Johnson. He has that frenzy that matches Natasha. His performance in Nocturnal Animals says enough. Aaron Taylor Johnson as Pumpkin. Let's move on to Winston Wolfe. A cool role, a cool performance. Harvey Keitel owned this character and has since returned to it multiple times in direct line adverts. Well, let's choose a new face. I'll start with this one, Nicolas Cage. I think we can agree that Cage would make this role his own.
Good afternoon, sir. Hello.
But I fear it would lose that swagger we loved with Keitel.
Well, let's not start sucking each other's dicks quite yet.
Gary Oldman would bring some sophistication to the role, and we know he also has that villainous edge. But there's a couple other options. What about, get this, Robert Downey Jr. RDJ has so much confidence on screen and really conveys that I can fix anything energy. But does he have those decades of wisdom on his belt? I'm not sure. Who does? Bryan Cranston. No words needed for this man. I'd like him to look after me and fix all my problems. But we also know he has that menacing underbelly.
Who is it you think you see?
This one was tight, but Bryan Cranston as Winston Wolfe. Now for Marcellus Wallace. Ving Rhames was commanding with so much quiet confidence. One guy I'd like here is Winston Duke. His performance in Us shows his crazy range. Brian Tyree Henry also might work, but I think he just looks too nice. Maybe this is controversial, but I think Dave Bautista could do a job here. Dave has shown recently he really has the emotional depth. He's more than just a big guy. But there's one winner here, and maybe this is unfair, but the role of Marcellus Wallace goes to Terry Crews simply because this photo exists. Terry Crews as Marcellus Wallace. Okay, main character time. Time to recast Butch Coolidge, who's possibly replacing Bruce Willis. There's a few routes we can go here. The first, Tom Hardy. I'm seriously such a fan of Hardy and reckon he would steal every scene in this imaginary movie. But like Aaron Paul as Pumpkin, does he deserve more? Maybe this means nothing, but it's for the same reason I don't see Hardy as James Bond. He's great at action, don't get me wrong, but he shines in dialogue-heavy scenes as eccentric characters.
I am considered to be a god.
I don't know, maybe you know what I mean. Another option is David Harbour. Beloved by many and not unfamiliar with violent roles like this, I think he'd bring a lot of heart to the role of Butch. But I also kind of feel he's just not cool enough looking. We need some bravado, some grit. Who has that in abundance? John Bernthal.
If you don't see me again, it's because I'm dead.
I view John as just that maniacal bad guy for a long time, but he's a lot more than that. Punisher sold me on him. John Bernthal as Butch Coolidge. 3 more to go, and they're the big names. But before that, drop a like if you haven't and subscribe for more content like this. Alright, that's all. Vincent Vega. Originally written for Michael Madsen, the role went to John Travolta, who ended up reviving his career as the smooth hitman. So, I've got some interesting thoughts here. Firstly, Colin Farrell. Farrell has that friendly charm but can switch on the action man vibe too. To me, there's some Vince Vega in Farrell's performance in 2008 in Bruges, with the whole hitman out of his depth thing. A good option here if you ask me. The next, Adam Driver. I know about half of you just went,
God, is this really happening?
but hear me out. Actually, I don't have much to say. He's just one of the best actors about right now, and I think he'd bring so much presence to the character. Another option is Lakeith Stanfield. Lakeith is phenomenally talented and shown incredible range. This would be an interesting avenue to go down, and one I like the idea of. But I'm already sold on one guy, possibly my favorite actor in Hollywood, and maybe it's a bad take, but I see Vincent Vega in 2022 as Ryan Gosling. He has the confidence, the looks, and don't let the rom-coms fog your vision. He's a fantastic actor. He's shown a gritty side in one of my favorite films of the 2010s, but the main reason for this pick is his performance in The Nice Guys. I bloody love this movie, and Gosling's chemistry is so good with Russell Crowe.
Gun!
It's this back and forth chemistry that's made me pick Ryan Gosling as Vincent Vega. Alright, it's hard to even conceive anyone else as Jules besides Samuel L. Jackson. Luckily, there's a couple good options. The first, Denzel Washington. No doubts here, he'd kill it. He's played roles like this countless times before, but considering his partner is Ryan Gosling, I think he's a touch too old. Well, there's always Jamie Foxx. A bit more youth to him, and we know he can act.
Some Oscar shit right there.
I also see him getting on well with Gosling for some comedic moments. I'd be happy with this casting, but I'm leaning towards someone else. Idris Elba. So much presence, so much experience, and we see it on screen. I don't think there's much debate here. Idris Elba as Jules Winfield. One more character and she's literally the poster girl, the movie's marketing material. Mia Wallace is one of the characters of the 90s, and we need a worthy 2022 reimagining. So I'll get the nostalgia pick out the way. Imagine the emotions as Uma Thurman's very own daughter plays the same role as her mum. It's romantic, and Maya Hawke can act, but I think the role needs firepower. Another couple honourable mentions are Zoe Kravitz and Anya Taylor-Joy. Both are interesting choices, but it's really down to another two. The first is Kristen Ritter. I want to give her the role of Mia solely down to her performance as Jane in Breaking Bad. It's how I was introduced to her, and it just seems to be a perfect match. And yes, she's Jessica Jones and is known by many, but she lacks the pulling power of the final option, Margot Robbie. This would be the cherry on the cake and tie up a magnificent cast list. She's experienced with big movies, an excellent actress, and she's beautiful. An easy pick for many, I assume, but not mine. Uma Thurman is now a household name, but rose to prominence after Pulp Fiction, and I don't want to pick someone who already has that worldwide attention. So, I'm going back to the previous choice, Kristen Ritter as Mia Wallace. So there we have it, 8 recasts for 2022's version of Pulp Fiction. What do you think? Any obvious names I missed? There's one role I chose not to include, the director. Who's directing this star-studded cast? Thanks for watching, subscribe for more, and see you next week.